Hello, I'm Zach Hamilton. I'm the Managing Director of Hampson Auctions. I wanted to today give you an introduction to our first physical sale of 2025, held here at the magnificent Bolesworth Castle. The auction takes place tomorrow at noon, and I wanted to go over some of my sort of favourite cars within the sale. We're not just known for supercars, performance cars and classic cars, but an eclectic mix of vehicles. And I wanted to bring you a few of my top picks today and also talk about some of the collaborations that we're doing in 2025. The first vehicle I've identified is the Mercedes-Benz CL63 AMG. This car remarkably has only covered 1,500 miles from new. The reason I've picked this particular vehicle is that I really admire Mercedes-Benz and the dedication to the classic vehicles. They are so committed to keep the classic vehicles on the road with dedicated service centres that provide servicing, restoration to parts to keep these vehicles going. With the obsession of net zero spreading across Europe, I really admire Mercedes-Benz for that. This 6.2 litre car, the engine is all consuming in these vehicles. I used to have a C63 AMG myself, the Performance Pack Plus, which I really enjoyed. And that naturally aspirated engine is just fabulous. The interior, you'll see that it's got cooled seats, heated seats, and every single extra thrown on these vehicles. And Mercedes haven't scrimped on stopping power either. The brakes, as you can see, are absolutely enormous on this vehicle. That vehicle is going under the hammer tomorrow, and it is just a fantastic vehicle, guided at £25,000 to £30,000, the car for a collector. I just want to touch on this RS6 in the sale. I mean, it is absolutely fabulous. The vehicle is sub 3 seconds to 60, so it's at 60 mile an hour in a blink of an eye. The car is the flagship RS6 model. Literally every conceivable extra on the vehicle, and it's offered in this sale at no reserve. Alongside 60% of the sale in this particular auction is offered at no reserve. So going to be a huge amount of interest in the sale of this car and 60% of the lots in the sale. My next pick in the sale, I wanted to talk about a particular vehicle or marque that's quite close to my heart, and that's Mark 1 and Mark 2 Escorts. I started my buying and selling career at remarkably 11 years of age. It was something that I sort of stumbled across. I was visiting a friend of my father's, a guy called Mr. Twig, that owns a car dealership in Manchester, on my 11th birthday. And he said to me, "Happy birthday, son," ruffled up my hair, and proceeded to take me outside and give me a birthday present, which was a Metro City on the day, which he told me I had to sell and make a profit with, which spiraled from there. And a succession of Mark 1 and Mark 2 Escorts came as a result of that. When you could buy them at a sort of sensible level. And I recall buying a Mark 1 Escort when I think I was about 13 at the time, and I paid the princely sum of about £111 for it at the time, because the gentleman needed it moved from his grandmother's driveway quickly at the time. So this is one for obviously a brave restorer, but it is a Mexico. It is a Mexico, and notably, which is quite nice on it, which I can see, we've got a copy here of the continuation V5 here, and the registration number on this particular vehicle is Net 42M, which I think is quite a nice registration to have on the car, which is also etched into the glass on the vehicle. The car was originally Olympic blue, now painted in red. Not sure why, but they've chose red, but you can still see signs of Olympic blue paintwork on the car. And it would be lovely to see this vehicle restored back to its former glory. And I think with some dedication, time, and of course money, it will shine again, and it'll be fantastic to see that back on the road. On the other end of the spectrum here, we've got a completely restored Mark 1 Escort Mexico, and it is absolutely fabulous, and it would be fantastic to see the no reserve barn find that I talked about a moment ago restored to the same condition as this vehicle. I always know a good Mark 1 or Mark 2 Escort when I go up to the vehicle, and I always do this. I tend to do this, and I'm sure a lot of the Ford guys will agree with me. I always just go straight up to the car and I'll just open the door and I'll just close it just to see what the door shuts are like, and it is perfect. It's been done fantastically well. The car has 40 DCOEs, side drafts on the vehicle, and uprated brakes on the front. I believe the Wilwood calipers on the car, and it's just an absolute glorious vehicle, and it's ready to be enjoyed and taken to the shows. In fact, it has won multiple awards at various shows that it's attended so far, so it's ready to be enjoyed this summer and get out and form part of a Ford collection. My final vehicle is a vehicle that needs no introduction, and that's the Peugeot 205 GTI. This is a 1.6 model, which is now rarer than the 1.9 model. It still sits on its original Speedline wheels. Remarkably, this car was originally a company vehicle which was provided to Dixon's Electronics, and they used that vehicle themselves as a company vehicle. Arguably, the 205 has been said that over many years has been the ultimate hot hatch and the favoured hot hatch among others. I myself, I used to, being quite a keen Ford enthusiast for the reason of loving the Mark 1 and Mark 2 Escorts running through the stages in the forest. I was always a Ford fan, but even myself, I always said that the 205 GTI was a better pick than the XR2. As much as I did like the XR2, you just couldn't argue with the 205 GTI. Its handling and performance, I mean, its handling is almost telepathic. It's that good. This car is also offered in our sale at no reserve at tomorrow's sale at 12 noon. I'm very pleased with a number of the collaborations that we've got this year, a whole succession of collaborations that we've got throughout 2025 and beyond. One of which, of course, that I'm sure that many of you will be familiar with is of course, the Gold Cup at Alton Park. We're also pleased to be celebrating the announcement of our collaboration for the Supercar pageant, which is just another one of the collaborations that we're doing this year. Anyone that races around Alton Park, our friends and customers, will soon see that the Hampson's branding is also going to be displayed on track, which is something I'm really, really delighted about, especially that it's such a place that is very close to my heart. Alton Park is such a charming race circuit, as many of you will be aware. Also, the Bolesworth International. We've got close ties with Bolesworth, and the International, there's obviously the horses and horsepower, so we're going to bring a supercar element to their show, which we're really looking forward to this year. But one of the proudest collaborations to date for us that I think is just superb is the one with the Joshua Tree. They are a fabulous local charity which is now becoming a far reach across the UK. Identified the Cheshire, North West and North Wales as the main areas of support to children that are suffering with cancer, but also the wider family as well. So the parents, the siblings, giving them emotional support is just something that they specialise in. And we're very proud to support the Joshua Tree. Our bi-monthly online auctions, the Hampson Marketplace, actually provides 1% of the buyer's premium to the Joshua Tree. So it really does turn your passion into purpose, that you are you're helping the charity with every sale. Joshua Tree are going to be here tomorrow to our auction. There will be coffee provided to all our patrons here and people that come to see, bid and buy on some of the vehicles at the sale. We just ask that you give a donation to the Joshua Tree, whatever you're comfortable with, just to support those guys. That'd be wonderful. Obviously, there is hot food also here as well, but there's something that we're doing tomorrow is that we're providing hot drinks to everyone attending, so that that you can enjoy the day. But just ask for a donation to the charity. That'd be wonderful. That concludes my video for today. I look forward to bringing you much more content in the future, brought on by myself and my team. Don't forget, tomorrow's sale takes place at Bolesworth Castle in Tattenhall. If you can't make it, you can bid by phone. You can call us on 01606 828 124, or you can bid online via our website, hampsonauctions.com, or feel free to come down. There's no entry fees like in most auction houses, so it's free to attend. Auctions kicks off at 12 noon, viewing from 9 AM. I look forward to seeing you hopefully tomorrow at the beautiful Bolesworth Castle.